Bin gleich bei dir.
Greetings to you.
Come and take your pick. New wares? The best wares.
Look out!
Thank you. I'll pay you back one time. God is my witness, I will.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with it?
He got poisoned. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here.
We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on.
So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You know a good waiter by his properly seated cap? And you don't. Without a tunic, you're no royal waiter, just a cunt. Have you forgotten your hose? I can't let. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running around tables.
The royal waiter's livery has strict rules, so get changed quick.
Fine day for some fun. Fine wares. Come and take your pick.
Greetings.
Grüß dich, was wünschst du?
I'll have a look at the wares.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
What would you like? This.
Don't be coy!
Show me your wares.
Thank you. And a good day to you,
Sound
friend.
as the bell.
Fine wares
Come on,
here.
take the
Quality
gun.
merchandise.
You've got it
Die,
all. Onions, garlic.
Beautiful.
Come and buy some new
Thinking of buying
cake.
a rowboat. Maybe a...
You have to hear this! In silver scallons, they say, without warning.
Good day to you. I'll be with you in just a moment. What can I do for you?
Show me your wares.
Pleasure doing business. Take care. Did you hear that noise last night? What was that?
A couple of drunks was sitting outside the store. They were celebrating something. It woke me up too.
Ah, so that's why it stopped. What?
Greetings to you.
It's just you. Huh?
What was it I wanted?
Who goes there? Hands off the door, all right?
Come and take a look. Quality good.
Here I am.
Let's have a look at you then. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and white Tokaid or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble, so the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No, understood?
What if I make him...
Then I'll see to it that you won't get a job, but I'm sure that's not going to happen.
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke. And on top of that, the army was requisitioned
cup of monastery wine.
Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing.
Come now, waiter.
That
I want it ready.
Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich?
Come
All
now,
I'm
waiter.
saying is
I
that
want it
they
ready.
had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubricker everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want
I'd like
to
some
defend
monastery wine.
yourselves
Refill
with
my
a
cup,
few
boy.
rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
I
Der
apologize,
König
sir.
and his army
Which wine?
will not
Red
be
and
here
quickly.
forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armor.
Well, thank the
King
Lord.
is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
Where's my
I'm
wife?
afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht.
Hey, where's my white?
Sir?
I didn't order that. I wanted white.
I
I'd like
apologize,
to report
sir.
to the Honourable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be.
empty.
The current baths in the city
Pour me some
fall
wine,
far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up
You
on Upbring.
want to get me
Wants to repair
drunk.
the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't enough baths. Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy
More
people.
wine, Master Bailiff?
My friend,
I have enough
bathhouse
wine.
proprietor
Come closer.
Adam. The need for cleanliness and citizens' health.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Where can I find...
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understood?
Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all.
I'll leave the wine
If you
here.
finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Nice.
Don't put words in my
New
mouth.
silver, my
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. It's one of the king's.
So, did you find it?
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate
waiter,
all he wants,
pour me some
as long as he
monastery
does no
wine.
damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well. Everybody
Monastery
knows.
wine.
He won't
Here.
get all with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might
thank
come
the Lord.
any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon.
Hawkeye,
I
and a full
I
cup.
demand that you...
Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident.
I apologize, sir.
You were there, weren't you?
Which one?
Tokai! White!
Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there?
Good, sir.
Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but
Thank you, waiter.
It really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Hey, waiter.
Unless he puts
Pour me
an
some
end to
Tacoma.
us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happens, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry,
thank the Lord.
Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I
Waiter,
suspect the
get me
gentleman
white.
from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us.
Sir?
It's now run by the German Menhard. Who knows who that is?
Don't hang around me.
Don't be
Vanish, you hear me?
ridiculous, Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse
you wish,
a swordsmaster
Sir
without a
Ulrich.
shred of proof.
Go. I don't
We're
want
not
to
some
see
old
you
fishwives in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And
Refill,
that's
sir.
that.
Do you think I come to the
There are
council
more
just to
pressing
guzzle
matters to deal
wine?
with.
Come here!
More pressing than the open contempt.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many fig... Because I'm bored. And because I told...
A councillor? Let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be
Supposed
out
to
of
serve the
customers.
wine, not go wandering around the
out with
building
it.
with it.
We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found you.
Really? And did you count those winged figures?
I didn't have time, sir.
Your work is to fulfill the orders.
The eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers. Right under our noses.
Waiter!
It's just
Pour
a
me
village
some
with a
monastery
monastery. And they are going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen
Sir?
are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick. And if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your
Hey, boy!
drunken ranting.
Full cup of monastery wine!
You are, right. And as for you, haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far
Now
off
run along.
supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
Boy,
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha!
Boy,
Sorry?
are you
think
deaf or
not.
something? Wine.
Excuse me?
White.
You wanted to buy yourself
Thank you,
an
waiter.
altar in the cathedral. Just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you! I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Gyurcseg össze, a legjobb katonáikat, és kelkinek útra!
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this plan of false!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest.
Wait a moment. Rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spirit.
I wouldn't be too sure. How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate...
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
Who's that French fellow you brought here from...
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
Besides. He defended Kuttenberg. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
What do you plan to do now?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be the side?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner, but I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of...
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the...
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
God be with you, friend.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of...
Baron Vauclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strat...
My word.
Mais non! And I'm glad...
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. How did you...
c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate...
Oh, misère.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. Do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
My last...
I've heard of this.
Aye.
Then, what are you doing here?
The Lord... How come...
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong connection with the... There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia.
Mein Gott, wo liegt das Problem?
Anna is drawing unnecessary attention to herself.
To your health, my friend!
A lot of trouble.
Godwin, you wouldn't be avoiding me. We didn't have much time for conversation on the way here.
With pleasure, sir. Has it happened? I couldn't help but notice your son has...
To put it mildly, But not to do him an injustice, knowing young lord. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd...
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path.
You know, I am. And Martin would also...
May God grant him... Where did you...
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord! What are you
Well, I have no great... But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint... As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support.
You'll soon see what it means to be a thorn in the king's side.
Some noble was resting under it, not for shade, but because it was pissing down.
All the more reason to leave it be, no?
Aye, but the weather had been stormy for a few days. So
greetings to you too.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find him. I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Later...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell, and we are both a little on... I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred... And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all? Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see every...
Because we all need to... And why would they not stare when you are frowning so...
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to... The situation in the town and the king... You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to...
Everything in good time, Samuel.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them.
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That...
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did...
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long he was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith from Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone. A blacksmith.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why...
Maybe he was my father. But he certainly didn't...
And that was...
Why? He should have taken care of me.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, at least none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the old Henry's...
I don't care if he took care of 20 other men.
That boy's blood...
A person can't choose their parents.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
For that...
Good health.
L'chaim.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have...
I would have expected a bit more sense. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein.
It's not a thing I've ever boasted of.
I have my sword. From what I've heard about you...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why...
I'm too busy at the moment. That wine...
Certainly, friend. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has...
That's a...
And the way it stands at the moment...
Well... I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up.
We'll sit and wait quietly, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our...
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be...
but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage in...
But he can't retreat either. That would be...
And that's exactly why we'll wait until for the plan to... We just need negotiators who'll...
Are you saying you set everything in...
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
Why are you doing...
Because I want to put a stop to the... And also because I'm happier with Went...
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. If you can get those 3 on us, meanwhile, I'll take care of...
What if it doesn't...
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean...
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck. Before the day...
Success to our...
I'll have a jug of wine.
Not even. I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good.
Ha! Even better. But you won't believe it until you...
And you might not believe your eyes when you do...
Well, well. We have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it.
I want to have a word.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up.
I came with a delegation from...
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric, only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have...
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a how? You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other.
Dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy about it. This isn't how I imagined my first meeting.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Wanker!
Greeting.
My God. Where did you learn? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults.
Aye.
So father would be only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him...
Not at all. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse. He wouldn't talk to me for a week. Because
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days. He got soft.
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed, but now I have a chance.
And that's why you want to...
I've got to get him on our side. And
aren't we all on the same...
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's...
After your... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt...
What else can I...
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
All right, then. It's a nice idea, but we can't...
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're at.
You got...
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound...
Good day to you. Greetings to you, friend.
You're not going to plough on Sunday, are you? No, and nor should you. Except I don't have one.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to...
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic...
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army that Margrave...
Christ!
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions, although, between the two of us, it isn't hard.
How do you know Liechtenstein is behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them, but they wouldn't dream of state. While it seems that Lord Liechten...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of...
Not only for people, but also for good...
Who did you learn from?
I acquired the basics from my husband, and the rest I learnt quickly. So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty.
You manage large estates. In return...
I've managed quite well up to now, taking care... If you want me to support you, you must give me...
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here...
Who's that?
Harmon... Now, if you were to switch the...
I'm supposed...
Harmon Alder was given the document. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even...
And these papers...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself...
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear.
All right,
Aldo will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the Bring them to me, and put these... But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes.
What's that?
Hey, you! What are you doing here? No one's allowed in here.
I'm waiting here for you.
Oh, how's that?
I've been watching you for a while, and I have a feeling you do well to talk a little. In conspectu Dei.
Who in God's name are you?
In God's name indeed. I'm a priest, and I know a wretched sinner when I see one.
Is it that obvious? Christ above.
Don't blaspheme. It'll help you more to confess.
And in the morning, when I met him, I swore I never laid eyes on his daughter, even though my back was scratched raw from our roll in the hay.
That's a mortal sin. Lying with a woman that you're not joined with in holy matrimony. And then lying about it too. That's already 2 commandments broken for the price of 1.
I'll go to hell for that, won't I?
You won't. As long as you repent. Be contrite, fast and pray. 10 Our...
I'll start right away. Thank you, Father.
I've got those papers from...
Quiet!
Milady, with all the clamour going on, here they are.
You're more capable than...
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein...
Thank you, noble lady.
Yes, quite. But let's...
How could I refuse...
And to the success of our effort...
Wie geht es dir, mein Freund?
I brought home a whole basket of them.
Sir Bochek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in it. Jobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over.
On the contrary, I've come here...
Does that improvement include a few
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
Are we not on the same side?
We are, but an alliance is of no use if it doesn't all...
Of course.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you open...
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept.
How about...
He's a youngster.
He may be young. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate...
If he gets it. Right now, Hunnish lords over Rattay and seems... On the other hand, the lords of Leipa have a good reputation. Maybe it's not...
So...
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still... First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as possible.
And what if...
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush, if he agrees, I'll be happy to support.
Pushing a friend to tie...
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop.
Sir Hanush!
You do? Let's hear it then.
Young Lord...
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter, I'm not going to support some bastard.
You misunderstood my meaning. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like that? With who?
With the niece of Sir Bochek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yitka.
Bochek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you cannot...
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Cheers!
Cheers to you! And to you!
Sabuchek, your niece Yivka.
So Hanush should...
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill...
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Cheers to the beautiful lady.
Here's to a good bargain.
Well, why I'm telling you. It has to be burnt quick, or it'll rot. You're right, neighbor. That would be a waste of...
I'm still hoping it works out. I'll walk out of here with a clear plan. But maybe you were...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goal.
Is this...
Like I said, tell me, Godwin of the...
I bring nothing from the House of Uthran. But the...
Both of them. Good heaven.
This is going to be a long story, and I could use it.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord, but we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swillpot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, You were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm.
The wine
Boy,
is on the table there.
pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart. We have enemies. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosch falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be. We could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
A To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Marrying the young Lord of Kirkstein.
I sure did.
Begging to be eaten.
Sure.
I am not sure what's
You and
I'd like to drink a toast with you. So, to touching. Come now.
I never had one.
Truly.
Not a bit.
In that case,
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of...
well, get something wet.
His lordship is so
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all and left the rest of us to...
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt it.
About the girls?
When it comes to affairs of state...
Strong words.
I myself am